An attack in Victoria sends some people to hospital and others into custody. What police are saying about the incident at a popular park.
Try to determine the cause of death and try to piece this all together, what's going on.
An investigation underway after another dead whale is found on our shores. What biologists are saying about the deadly trend. The historic run comes to an end. How people here on the island and across our country took in the big game and what the World Cup means to our country and soccer fans here. Good evening and thanks for joining us. 2 people have been arrested after an assault involving multiple people on Victoria's Dallas Road Friday. Victoria Police saying today that just after 10 Friday night, officers responded to a fight involving multiple people near Beacon Hill Park. Police say 3 people were injured, 2 were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Another 2 were arrested and remain in custody, and one of them is a youth, meaning they are 17 years old or younger. The Major Crimes Unit is now investigating, and police are remaining tight-lipped on what the weapon was used during this attack. Police are asking anyone with information regarding this incident to contact them using their non-emergency line. 6 people are still missing and presumed drowned after a vessel capsized and went missing last Sunday. Details have been slow to emerge, and the RCMP has remained tight-lipped about what happened.
It's been almost a week since a capsized vessel sank off the shores of Richmond last Sunday. 6 people are still missing. Richmond RCMP says conditions have made the search slower and more difficult. Police earlier described the charter boat to be in very deep waters of between 150 and 180 meters. But little information has been released about the boat, what happened, and who was on the boat. Here's what we learned so far. Marine Traffic is a vessel tracking website that uses data from automatic identification system transponders to plot vessel movements. Using a playback tool, we can see what happened on Sunday, June 28th. The AIS transponder tied to the vessel Big Coast left Steveston around 11 a.m. It started off at Nelson Point, landed here at Imperial Landing before heading out to sea. The boat sailed towards the Gulf Islands, but then something happens. It comes to a sudden stop and seems to drift. Shortly after, ships begin to converge, including emergency vessels from the Coast Guard. Later, the transponder for the boat disappears from view. That remains its last known location. Vessels are giving a maritime identification number. And from that ID, we found what we thought was the owner of Big Coast, Tim Milne. But Milne told CBC News that he is not the owner of the boat, a 30-foot offshore fishing vessel. He sold it 4 years ago through a broker, but the new owner didn't change the name of the boat. A hull number is also a way of tracking a vessel, and it remains permanently with the boat, regardless of sale. Tim Milne confirmed the hull number of his old boat, and using that, we were able to match it with the new owners. A search on the BC registries linked one of those new owners to Top Vancouver Fishing Charter. On its website, it listed 2 boats for deep-sea fishing. A Kingfisher model, which matches the model of Milne's old boat, and a larger boat listed an Axopar 37. Both listed as for hire as private charters. On their Chinese social media account, they posted a video saying both of their boats were out fishing on June 28th. CBC News tried calling the number on their website, but the person on the line says we got the wrong number. We also tried to reach them at the address the company registered in Richmond, but the person on the intercom denying the business ran out of there. Back at the dock, we found the Top Fishing Charter's Axopar boat, but no signs of the Kingfisher. The Canadian press says they spoke to the mother of the captain. She says her 23-year-old son, Ming Chen, was a responsible child who took care of the whole family. In the CP interview, Chen's mother and his girlfriend said he complained that a side door was broken on the 300-foot vessel and urged the Top Fishing Charter's owners to come forward to issue a statement. Transport Canada and Transport Safety Board have directed requests to Richmond RCMP. Police have yet to release any information on the missing boat or the people who are missing. They say Richmond Serious Crime Unit has now taken over the investigation.
Nurses in our province are set to escalate job action next week. The union threatening nurses could gather as early as 5:30 a.m. on Tuesday, adding that essential services will continue to protect the safety of all patients. Before Tuesday's picket line, nurses are set to return to the bargaining table with health employers on Monday afternoon. Whether a deal could be reached remains uncertain at this time. The union seeking a new deal that addresses general wage increases and improves nurse retention and workplace safety. The BCNU says it hasn't participated in any formal negotiations with the Health Employers Association of BC since May. Later that month, 67% of its members voted to reject a tentative agreement which included improvements to benefits and shift premiums. Canada's historic run at the FIFA World Cup might be over, but it has left many Canadians with the magic feeling that their men's national soccer team has left an incredible mark on the world's largest sporting stage. From the beginning of this epic, sprawling tournament, the round of 16 felt like this team's high water mark. Canada's men were ranked 120th as recently as 2017. They were ranked 30th at today's kickoff. An incredible climb. Here's Chattis Leo now with how fans took in the historic game and run.
From the moment the World Cup game between Canada and Morocco began, fans were on the edge of their seat. Held in Houston, Texas, Canada performed a dominant first half over one of the top 10 teams in the world.
I'm feeling good about it.
How are you feeling now about the odds here?
Oh yes, I'm feeling good about it, and go Canada!
Hundreds of people gathered in Victoria's Market Square to witness Team Canada's historic World Cup run. Canada exceeded expectations for the World Cup by reaching the round of 16, along with several historic firsts along the way. It was the second half of the game when fans became nervous.
Morocco just scored again. Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask how you're feeling. How about now? Well, worse than I was a second ago.
In the end, Canada's historic run at the men's FIFA World Cup finished at a 3-0 loss to Morocco.
Yeah, I mean, obviously tough loss, didn't go our way, but hey, good turnout though, right?
Win or lose, the Canadians who traveled all the way to Houston got a match they will never forget.
Disappointing result, but overall, so happy to be cheering for this team.
It's incredible to make it this far, and I'm so happy that we got to make it this far and got to see Canada play.
Did their best, they hung on, all we could ask for.
In a statement following the loss, Canada's men's national team admitted the heartbreak is real, but thanked fans across the country for painting the streets red and proving Canada is officially a soccer nation. Back here in Victoria, fans react to the loss with both disappointment and a sense of pride.
I don't know. I thought we had it, but, I'm still proud of the boys. It's just like, sometimes it just doesn't happen.
I guess it makes me feel a bit sad because I was hoping they could go on to the next round.
Get a new goalie. What was that? Yeah.
And I gotta say, I can't be more proud of Canada. Just the patriotism of the country coming together to support a team and the team's accomplishments. They've just done so well.
While the scoreboard wasn't what Canada wanted today, fans in Victoria and across the country are looking at the bigger picture, celebrating a historic journey that proved Canada belongs on the world stage.
Islanders will have an opportunity to meet former Blue Jays player Kevin Pillar in Victoria next week when he's in town for the Home Run Derby, part of the 2026 West Coast League All-Star Game event. Hosted by the Victoria Harbour Cats, the Home Run Derby and the 2026 West Coast League All-Star Game events take place Tuesday, July 14th and Wednesday, July 15th. Before the heavy-hitting night, Pillar will be signing autographs around the city on Tuesday. The former center fielder played for the Jays from 2013 to 2019. For a full list of the locations and the time of the signings open to the public starting around 9:30 in the morning, you can head to our website for all the details. After welcoming its first major cruise ship in years, the Port Alberni Port Authority is now exploring ways to attract more luxury liners to its port. The World Luxury Cruise Ship visit in June marked the first time a cruise ship had docked in the community's port since 2019. Now, the Port Alberni Port Authority wants to repeat the occurrence and is asking the public to give their feedback, including the preferred number of visits per season, through an online survey. Questions touch on ideal level of frequency of visits, the potential benefits, including increased local business revenue, events, job growth. If you're wanting to take part in the survey, we have a link up on our website at cheknews.ca. Some familiar names are taking to the stage in this year's Victoria Folk Fest, set in the heart of the city, billed as a connection and community spirit, or dancing in the grass to soaking in the sun. There's something for everyone. Here's Eden Chipperfield.
Picnic blankets and lawn chairs cover Royal Athletic Park as the second annual Folk Fest kicks off in Victoria.
For about a decade, I'd been pining to bring a folk festival back to Victoria ever since we lost one about a decade ago. And it's something where the opportunity finally came. And
11 acts takes the Folk Fest stage, all bringing a variety of music from folk, Americana, and roots that gets everyone up and moving. The festival includes a designated kids zone, making it the ultimate summer outing for the whole family.
Victoria has an amazing roots music songwriter scene, Celtic, fiddle music, there's country music. We have a little bit of everything, so folk music touches on all of that stuff, so it kind of brings it all together.
Dozens of volunteers are involved in making the festival a success, making sure the day runs smoothly, leaving attendees free to just sit back, relax, and soak in the music.
We have an incredible team that's come around, and the folk festival really brings people in from the community that want to be involved.
More than 1,700 people made it out to enjoy the music, food, and artisan market.
Really enjoy the harmonies and just the overall positive vibes of it. So yeah, it's what I like to listen to in my spare time, and it definitely speaks to me on a positive level.
Organizers hope that the success of the festival will continue for years to come, cementing itself as a festival not to miss.
We want to establish this as one of the national folk festivals on the circuit, and if Victoria keeps showing up and supporting it, we're going to achieve that.
The festival is one day only, with tickets still available for purchase. The last act of the night plays at 10 p.m.
Beautiful day for it. It turned out to be quite nice.
Yes, yeah, mainly sunny as expected, although depending where you were, we did see that wind.
Okay.
So particularly areas by Juan de Fuca Strait, those windier spots in the capital region, winds kicking up. We have that in the forecast tonight, potentially tomorrow as well. But let's take a look at our radar map, and you can see some areas getting that precipitation last night as forecast, with showers or drizzle depending where you were. But for the South Island, we had dried out as expected, and we were looking at mainly sunny conditions today. We're going into a drier stretch again, which is very typical for this time of year. July and August are our driest months normally on Vancouver Island, although this year May was incredibly dry. It was actually even drier than June, and June was dry for most areas as well. Let's take a look at the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network numbers. So these are citizen scientists, and I like showing them because it gives us some different areas. Some are areas that have Environment Canada stations, but some are areas where we don't have those numbers from Environment Canada, and it really shows us the range within our region as well. So I've rounded these for June, that's on the top line, and you can see May on the bottom line. So most areas were actually wetter in June than May, which is unusual. Normally June is our third driest month, and then September is actually usually drier than May, but May was just so dry on the island, and particularly Salt Spring, only 2 millimeters of rain. Well, Salt Spring only had 13.5 millimeters in June, so much drier than other areas. And then most of the East Island, around 20 millimeters of precipitation. Comox was 20 millimeters. Campbell River, though, 48 millimeters. Fanny Bay also more. Fanny Bay was 28 millimeters, which is still on the low side, but it just shows that difference even within the same area. Parksville closer to about 25 millimeters, and then Ladysmith is an average because there's two stations there, so that's right in the middle of the two. One was 24, one was 20, so 22 was the average of that. Nanaimo only 20 millimeters, Lake Cowichan 25, Cowichan Bay 22, but May was only 9 millimeters. So this is showing you how dry it was because April was also very dry as well. Here's a look at the South Island stations as well. So I just wanted to mention the Salt Spring number, that's similar to what Galliano had, around 14 millimeters of rain. Shawnigan only 24 millimeters of rain, and then you can see Central Saanich as well to show a little bit of a range, not much of a range for the peninsula. Colwood, one of the wetter spots for Greater Victoria at 25 millimeters, but that is not wet. And then May, of course, only 17 millimeters. Downtown Victoria only had 7 millimeters in May, less than 20 millimeters in June. But did you see see the sky last night. The lack of rain made for some great photos. So today's weather shots are these photos of the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis over Prospect Lake in Saanich last night. Thanks to CHEK viewer Bonnie Burton for sending in these photos of the lights dancing across the sky. And it wasn't just visible in Greater Victoria. Other parts of the island also had some good viewing conditions. Julie Boyer capturing these shots of the phenomenon over Piper's Lagoon in Nanaimo. And for our American viewers, our Saturday viewer wildlife photo this 4th of July are some dramatic eagle shots like this one from Susan Harkness. Carolyn Bradfield of Courtney captured these eagles in the treetops at Willow Point in June and says it's always such a thrill to see them. And speaking of thrills, check out these amazing action photos from Tony Austin. They were taken last week off the coast of Campbell River. The eagles swooping in as fish were driven to the surface by strong currents and resulting whirlpools. Tony tells me there's a peak hour every day this time of year, and every eagle for miles around knows exactly when that is. Very cool to see. Thanks for sending those in. We'll have some Canada Day pet photos coming up a little bit later. Scott, I know you're looking forward to that.
All right, thanks so much, Tess. The only ocean liner in the world is about to leave from North America to the UK. And before it does, we'll take you inside RMS Queen Mary 2. That story still ahead.
I'm Ian Bird, the new CEO of the Victoria Foundation. Here's your Victoria Foundation Community Check-In.
Sacred in All Forms is an exhibition that emphasizes how sacred knowledge can emerge through bodies, relationships, storytelling, and cultural traditions. Immerse yourself in the rich culture and heritage of Indigenous people at First, a celebration of Indigenous film. For details and tickets, visit victoriafilmfestival.com. The 20th Annual Festival Mexicano is a two-day free family-friendly celebration of Mexican culture through authentic food, traditional music, exhibitions, and more. Set against the stunning waterfront of Nanoose Bay, this all-ages summer concert series brings together incredible live music. Tickets at nanoosebaycafe.com. This cherished annual event combines exceptional golf with on-course experiences and a banquet dinner, all in support of Vancouver Island families.
The Victoria Foundation, a proud supporter of the Community Check-In.
Don't let heat waves make your bedroom a little too steamy.
Beat the heat with 25% off almost everything, like mattresses, pillows, sheets, and more for a limited time. Only at Sleep Country.
Stay cool, Canada.
It's okay to say no. Like, no way are you getting away with that pyramid Ponzi scheme, Janice. Your fake returns can eat it. You're reported. You're done. Nobody likes you. But that's growth.
On a big adventure, your sleep system means everything. Nemo equipment provides comfort and packability, including spoon-shaped bags for side sleepers. Get cozy today.
For your next great adventure!
Robinson's Outdoor Store. Jenner's EV Takeover is on now. Start your EV journey from $16 a day with a Chevrolet Bolt EV. With over 100 EVs to choose from, we're your local EV destination. Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Old Island Highway.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Mac Reno Design Build. Update your life with Mac. Custom high-quality design build renovations in Victoria since 1980.
A tragic discovery on our west coast. The death of yet another whale on BC beaches this year has biologists concerned and investigating. The latest discovery is the remains of a humpback whale found near Pachina. Sky Ryan reports that death is part of an alarming trend in our waters.
Waves of the Pacific Ocean are revealing a growing tragedy off the west coast this year as an alarming number of dead whales washes up on BC's beaches. Sunday was the latest when this Huu-ay-aht West Coast Trail Guardian discovered this massive humpback whale on a beach north of Pachina's trailhead. It is the fourth dead humpback whale to wash up in BC waters this year.
It's hard to know why the humpbacks were seeing this pulse. I'm hoping it's not going to continue.
Paul Cottrell is a marine mammal specialist with Fisheries and Oceans. Wednesday, he completed a necropsy on the whale that is a 10-year-old female. Cottrell says there was no apparent cause of death, though the animal was laying on the side that would reveal any vessel strikes.
If there was, for example, a vessel collision, that would be more evident on the dorsal side. So We're hoping that through the sample analysis and the necropsy, we'll get more information on that animal.
2026 is on track to record the highest number of dead gray whales on this coast. So far, 10 gray whales have been found dead along BC's coast, nearly as many as the record 11 found in all of 2019.
There is a broader issue around prey and prey availability, and with the gray whales, that seems to be the main kind of leading hypothesis now, that there is some food issues in the Bering and Chukchi Seas for the majority of the population when they're feeding in the summer.
Dead gray whales are also washing up on Washington state beaches.
Never have they come at this pace this early. So we're really worried about where this is headed.
Fisheries and Oceans has also recorded 4 humpback entanglements with fishing gear so far this year. Saturday, Cottrell was on standby to disentangle this female humpback that was spotted in the Strait of Juan de Fuca by the Pacific whale watching community, who called in to get the whale help when they recorded her with a floating buoy tied close to her body.
We've got all the eyes and ears out there, and hopefully we'll get a resighting, and we do have some good documentation of the gear configuration on the animal, and we're ready to go.
So biologists are urging the public to report any sightings of whales in distress or dead to the Marine Mammal Hotline at 1-800-467-4336 as they try to save those they can and solve the mystery of why these others are dying.
In national news, Ottawa has approved a request for federal help in flood-ravaged parts of western Manitoba. That support will include a team from the Canadian Armed Forces. A veteran-led disaster response organization will also deploy volunteers along with the military. The Canadian Red Cross is also helping out. The province says up to 200 millimeters of rain fell in some areas over the past several days, causing overland flooding, road washouts, and highway closures. About 30 communities have declared local states of emergency. A groundbreaking expedition is setting off to capture images of an important shipwreck off the Labrador coast. The vessel that sank in 1962 has ties both to Canada and a famous 20th century explorer.
We're leaving the dock here in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, headed for Canadian waters. And the ship we're looking for is Quest. This was the last ship for Ernest Shackleton, the famed polar explorer. He died on board this ship. It then served for many decades in other capacities. It was a commercial sealer, and it sunk off the coast of Labrador. 2 years ago, the Royal Canadian Geographical Society went and found the location of the ship, but all they have is sonar images. So this expedition is to try and get the first actual pictures of what this ship looks like using both 3D technology, but also letting people go down and see it for themselves.
This is without a doubt the most ambitious expedition we've ever organized. It's you can see it from the ship over my shoulder. The scale of the undertaking, the number of people involved. There's something like 50 people involved in the expedition, so it's a massive undertaking for us. It's a huge lift, but it tells a great story.
On board is some Canadian technology. Voyis is based out of Waterloo, Ontario, and their sensors are going to be used in order to map the shipwreck for Quest, and another one, the Terra Nova, which sits off the coast of Greenland. The idea is they're going to make a digital twin, so even though these ships are hundreds of meters deep in the ocean, they'll be able to bring back more modern, high-resolution images that lets people explore this from on land. And they are working in some rather difficult conditions.
The Labrador Sea, like you said, is quite treacherous. It's not the easiest place to do work in, especially with a robotic platform that can get pushed around, and it's tied to a vessel, which can also be moving at that time. So having the proper team in place is huge, but the technology that's going to give you as much information as you can get in real time, topside, so that you can make those real-time important decisions.
CBC News is on board for this expedition, all 21 days exploring these two wrecks, and we'll be able to show you those first images as they come in.
FIFA has decided not to move tomorrow's round of 16 match between Mexico and England to an earlier kickoff. It was reported that the governing body was considering an earlier start due to thunderstorm forecasts in Mexico City. CBC's Julia Chapman explains.
FIFA had been in discussions to potentially bring the England-Mexico match forward by 6 hours. That was leaked information rather than something they announced, and it was reportedly because of thunderstorms and flooding, which are forecast for Mexico City tomorrow. But the governing body decided that there will be no change. The game will still go ahead at 6 p.m. local time, which is 1 a.m. here in the UK. It's a pretty painful kickoff for any England fans who haven't travelled to Mexico to watch. It's thought that the idea was rejected because of the logistical challenges involved, the fact that there would be less preparation time for the players than they were expecting, and also because some fans that were traveling to Mexico City simply wouldn't have arrived there in time. There were also broadcasting considerations. There could have been a clash with the Brazil-Norway match if England-Mexico overran. Now, security officials in Mexico might have welcomed an earlier match to keep disorder in the city in check. They're boosting measures across the capital after 4 people died in post-match celebrations earlier in the week. They're limiting numbers at major watch parties in the city. They're also restricting the sale of alcohol on some city streets. Now, security also had to be tightened at the hotel where England's players are staying after Mexico fans tried to disturb their team's previous rivals, Ecuador, by making loud noises like honking horns and playing noisy music outside their accommodation. Here in England, pubs have been given permission to stay open until 5 a.m. local time on Monday morning, which will allow them to show the match. But the time means that in all likelihood, most England fans will watch this in their own homes if they watch at all.
This break is powered by Kia Victoria, proud sponsor of the CHEK Community Cruiser. Local, family-run and owned Kia Victoria.
New finished Quantum Ultra Max costs less than Cascade. This just makes sense.
It makes sense because nothing cleans better than Finish. See the cleaning power?
Whoa.
It costs less per wash. That's why it makes sense.
Attention, Finish is an unbeatable clean and value.
Yeah, I hear you. I stopped voting years ago. I read somewhere that they don't even count the ballots. Now, what was that for?
I had to fact check you because you were spreading misinformation. This is why we need credible journalists who fact check information before sharing it.
Got it. I guess I will vote.
Come on.
Up we go. Can't even remember where I read that.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic.
Wow, look at all of those people.
Sea of people.
Live July 12th, Victoria Pride Society presents Victoria Pride Parade.
It's our community coming together.
Because love is love.
Hosted by your favorite weekend news team, Scott V. and Tess Van Stratton.
So incredible.
With special guest Eddie Licious. Coverage starts at 11:15 on CHEK, CHEK Plus, and YouTube. Brought to you by Third Space Movement and Helijet.
Proudly supported by CHEK.
Travel reminds us that there's no one way to live well. Every culture finds its own rhythm, its own joy, and seeing that up close changes how we view our own lives.
Bon appetit.
Health Explored, Saturdays at 8 on CHEK. This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
The world's only remaining ocean liner is anchored off the east coast of North America right now, the Queen Mary 2. It sails regular transatlantic crossings between Southampton and New York City. At the time of her construction, she was the longest and largest passenger ship ever built. Those numbers have been shattered since, but she still remains the biggest ocean liner ever built. And tonight we get a look inside.
The Queen Mary II is a legend of the seas. Towering 236 feet tall and stretching more than 1,100 feet long. She's the largest transatlantic ocean liner ever built and the only one still in service. The Queen Mary II symbolizes the golden age of ocean travel, sailing her historic Southampton, England to New York City route. Her predecessors, the Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, and QE2, among the ships transporting both immigrants and vacationers since the late 1800s. Today, it's a bucket list voyage for travelers. Hi, Captain.
Good afternoon, Jenna.
Wow.
Welcome aboard Queen Mary II.
My tour guide is Cunard's Queen Mary II Captain, Asim Hashmi.
This is the central grand lobby of the ship.
Wow, and it really is kind of a throwback to the grandeur of that time,
Absolutely.
right? So what is the historical significance of ships like this as we celebrate our 250th birthday?
We've been transporting millions and millions from Europe, settling into North America. And in fact, around 20% of North American citizens can trace their ancestry back to a Cunard liner.
Decorating the walls of the ship, photos from the glamorous era of transatlantic crossings. Oh, Elizabeth Taylor.
I think she also had one of her honeymoons on board in the 50s.
Really?
Yes.
Ginger Rogers. Bob Hope.
Bob Hope.
Captain Hashmi took me right to the heart of the ship.
Deck 12.
For an up-close look at the bridge. Wow, what a view.
Welcome to my office.
What a beautiful office.
And this is it, the steering wheel.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and people are quite surprised it's such a small wheel, not like the old days with big spokes on it.
But this actually steers it?
Yep, but 95% of the time the ship's on autopilot, controlled by a small joystick.
Wow. The Queen Mary II is home to one of the largest ballrooms at sea, the largest dance floor at sea, and my favorite, one of the largest libraries at sea. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Over 8,000 books, and every topic under the sun is covered in multiple languages as well. And we have many famous authors come on here who discreetly sign their book and leave it for other readers to discover.
I love that. But the most treasured signature of all lives inside the ship's guest book. Queen Elizabeth II, the ship's godmother, was the first to sign it. The book is kept under lock and key, but today I'm getting a rare up-close look.
Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II actually sat on this chair at this table
And
when
signed
she
it?
signed it the day the ship was named on 8th of January 2004. And if you come a bit ahead,
Oh, yes.
you'll recognize these ones.
My grandpa. My grandpa first visited the Queen Mary II while she was docked at the Athens Olympics. In 2012, my grandparents took their first transatlantic voyage. Their suite is our next tour stop. This is where my grandparents stayed.
Yes.
Wow. So the views. It was on his bucket list for many, many years to take the Queen Mary over, and he really enjoyed his trip.
This was actually given by President Bush to Diane, our public relations manager at the time.
Wonderful time. We're grateful for your assistance. Oh, unforgettable memory. I love that. The greatest memory of all is made on the top deck. Wow! Where passengers gather to experience the ship's iconic arrival to New York City. The Statue of Liberty, beautiful.
3 o'clock in the morning when we come under the bridge there, the decks are packed with passengers here to see the iconic Statue of Liberty, just like they would have done all those years ago. Millions and millions would have traveled through the gateway there from everywhere and anywhere with a dime in their pocket, possibly, with nothing in their pocket. And then they lived the American dreams for many.
Dreams that began right here in New York Harbor, a symbol of hope for generations.
Back in Victoria's Inner Harbor, Caribbean Fest getting underway. Lots of people making their way there. Much more still ahead. Tess can talk about what you can expect weather-wise tonight if you head down there. Could be a little breezy, so be prepared. Much more still ahead when we come back.
Sven Stratton and your Playland forecast is coming up, but first here's a look at weather around the world. Sunny and hot with a high of 34 in Rome, Italy, 22 with some showers in Riga, Latvia's capital, and mostly cloudy and 11 in Rosario, Argentina.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life.
I'm Tess Van Stratton, and I'm out connecting in the community and with Mojave because we love this place.
Wendy's new pickle menu is a collab with me. Bill Pickle! Canada's best pickler, whoa, and the GOAT of all pickle menus. Iconic. The classic chicken and the spicy. Look at all those pickles on there. Come on! Wendy's new pickle menu is served.
What questions could Ancestry help you answer? Who came before me? Where else have we called home? What journeys shaped us? With so many answers to be found, what will you ask first?
Romeo's is proud to be serving Victoria and Vancouver Island for over 40 years. If you can't come to Romeo's, Romeo's will deliver to you.
300 Romeo's pizzas delivered right now.
Whoa, it's Romeo's, proud sponsor of people who love to eat.
Your home should feel comfortable, beautiful, and completely you.
At Budget Blinds Victoria, custom window coverings are designed to fit your space, your style, and the way you live. From sleek motorized shades to timeless shutters, blinds, and drapery, our local design experts handle everything from inspiration to professional installation.
Bring comfort, privacy, and style to your home with Budget Blinds Victoria. Style and service for every budget. Book your free in-home consultation today.
On this week's episode of the Wealthy Life podcast, we're joined by Heather and Douglas Boneparth, co-authors of Money Together. We're going to talk about how to strengthen the relationship when it comes to money. Money is a big source of stress for couples. How do they fix that, you guys?
Oh, you need consistency and discipline in how you approach money together. And what that means is you have to put systems in place to talk about the things that are not just about your financial life. Yeah, you need to know what you have and all of that, but you need to talk about time. You need to talk about who's getting enough of it, what resources you need, what are the goals you're working for, how to even approach the conversation. Hey, let's look at a spreadsheet, or hey, how can we solve for vacation this year? Which one's more attractive to you?
And simply starting the conversation with your partner is what needs to happen. Be sure to check out the full episode on your favorite podcast player or go to thewealthylife.com.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by LoverRug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
Prince of Wales taking a well-deserved rest in the Inner Harbor. So let's take a look at what they found on our waters over the past week. It's time now for Breaching News.
Breaching News is presented by Prince of Wales, Whale and Marine Wildlife Adventures.
Here's a fun one. We've got humpback whales sharing the same space with sea lions.
They're like, hey, we're racing. Let's play tag.
They're hanging out together. They do share the same spaces generally because of the nutrient-dense feeding grounds of the Salish Sea and along the Pacific coast. However, sometimes sea lions and humpback whales interact. This week, it was seen thunderbolt, forge, ocean's calf, and dolphin playing with the sea lions.
Well, they'll often save them from killer whales, right? They'll come to their rescue.
We've talked about that, yes. The sea lions interact with the whales for quite a while, going right up to their flukes and their fins. A truly spectacular moment there on the water. That's very cool. Also, some really beautiful lunge feeding in the Strait of Georgia this week. With this technique, humpback whales corral fish in tight groups and then swoop in and swallow as much fish as they can. This feeding in the Salish Sea, crucial because humpback whales generally do not eat when migrating or in their mating grounds, or if they have to rely on the fat storage that they collect in their time here for months. So they're beefing up, of course, all summer long before they get ready for their big migration. Bald eagles, Tess has been talking about them throughout the cast. Incredibly strong. Their talons force can reach 400 psi, which is just slightly less than the bite force of a wolf. While flying, they can typically carry 3 to 4 pounds, and considering the bald eagles themselves usually weigh 6 to 14 pounds, sometimes carry half their own body weight when flying. Incredible images.
Yes. I'm always worried about Cha-Cha because we have a resident eagle where we live.
Oh, yes.
And she's 8 pounds, so.
Do you have one of those spiky vests?
No, I thought we should get one. She has a harness with a big click thing at the top, but it could just be a carrier.
When I lived in Calgary, a lot of people who lived out on the farms, they would have them for like coyotes and stuff.
Yeah.
But
oh, yeah.
here, for sure,
I've
eagles.
seen them along the beach here, little dogs and those along the beach. McNeil Bay, where there's eagles as well. So, yes.
Smart move.
She's
So,
very fast. She is very fast.
Maybe next week when you bring her in, we should be looking
get her little
at
spiky.
we should be in little spiky vests.
She can, instead of being a cute little sweet thing, she can be like a little motorcycle
Well,
chick
we could
with
make
her
it fun.
spikes.
We could change the colors, and we could do something. Maybe it has LED on it.
Get her some flashing pink spikes. There you
That
go.
would be
That's
fun.
something for us to work on for next week, Scott.
In the meantime, let's talk about what's happening outside.
Yeah, Cha-Cha might want a swimsuit because the temperatures are going to continue to warm up. So tomorrow looking warmer than what we saw today. Today warmer than what we had yesterday. And certainly conditions warmer than Wednesday and Thursday after we cooled down a little bit. So you can see most of the South Island, Inland Island, East Island, really only just some areas that aren't getting above that 15-degree mark. Most areas 20 to about 25 degrees, not just tomorrow, but for the next few days as well. And on our Futurecast, we'll zoom out and you can see clear skies for Greater Victoria. Most of the island for most of the day, we're looking at clear skies. Tomorrow, it might be a little cloudy in some areas to start off the day, but it should clear pretty quickly. But you can see these clouds here. So some cumulus clouds moving in that could bring some unsettled conditions potentially. But at this point, it's looking like they will be kept at bay. So for the most part, sunshine or mainly sunny conditions for the next few days for most of the island and temperatures low to mid 20s. Here's a look at the North Island picture, which is the exception. So hanging on to cooler conditions, only getting up to about 16 degrees tomorrow, 8 overnight tonight. There is a 40% chance of showers for the northern tip tonight. Then tomorrow, mainly sunny conditions. So expect that clearing after that chance of showers passes. Fog patches overnight though, and some wind as well tonight and tomorrow. Northwest winds 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Zooming down to the west coast of the island, warm temperatures inland into the high 20s, coastal areas, high teens, close to that 20-degree mark. So right around seasonal for coastal areas, overnight lows around 9 with clearing tonight. So if it's cloudy or partly cloudy where you are, expect to see clearing this evening. For inland areas, it may not be until after midnight, partly cloudy conditions, then more clearing after midnight. And then mainly sunny right across the board for tomorrow. Coastal areas, bit of wind from the northwest, 20 to about 40 kilometers an hour. So it should be a sunny and for inland areas, bit of a sizzling Saturday for you. Here's a look at the East Island and Powell River. So double-digit overnight lows across the board. More northern sections, Campbell River, Courtenay Comox, and Parksville Qualicum do have shower activity, or at least a chance of showers tonight. After those showers end, expect some clearing, and then you should be partly cloudy, clearing more. And for the southern sections, Nanaimo down to the Cowichan Valley, we're just looking at partly cloudy conditions with clearing as well. And then tomorrow right into that sunshine. So mid 20-degree temperatures, Nanaimo down to the Cowichan Valley, more northern sections as well. Parksville, Qualicum might be slightly cooler at 23. Powell River getting up to 22 with mainly sunny conditions. Powell River also has that chance of showers tonight, and then those showers should end and you should have some clearing after that. But wind from the northwest by Georgia Strait, 20 to about 40 kilometers an hour. So those winds still kicking up for areas by the water in particular. South Island picture, we're looking at clearing tonight or partly cloudy conditions depending where you are. So for the most part, we should see a bit of blue sky tonight, and then overnight into tomorrow morning, we're expecting mainly sunny conditions, although the day might start with a mix of sun and cloud, shifting to sunny conditions in the morning for Greater Victoria, highs around 23 degrees. So right around seasonal, 24 for Salt Spring with sunshine. Port Renfrew not quite as warm, 19 with mainly sunny conditions. And then Souk also on the cooler side, and some cooler spots in the capital region might only get up to about 17 or 18 degrees tomorrow. And then those inland areas that tend to be a bit hotter can expect to be a bit warmer than that 23. Wind again by Juan de Fuca Strait, west winds about 50 kilometers an hour tonight, but we are expecting those winds to die down tomorrow. So that's the good news if you found things a little too blustery for today. Across the province, high pressure really dominating. So mainly sunny conditions for south and central BC. Vancouver is going to feel more like 25 with humidity factored in. Fraser Valley, highs around 26, but feeling like 29 degrees with that humidity factored in. And zooming out across the country, cooler conditions with some showers for Prince Rupert, thunderstorms for Fort St. John into Fort McMurray through Alberta as well. Some areas of the prairies actually have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for tonight. Some areas also even a tornado warning as a result of those thunderstorms. And then an air quality warning for northern Saskatchewan and Manitoba due to wildfires. Still hot conditions through Ottawa, Toronto into Montreal. Still warm weather with lots of sunshine and a bit of a mix for Atlantic Canada. Rainy and 11 for St. John's, but mid-20s and mainly sunny for Fredericton. All right, here's a look at the long-range forecast. So after that mainly sunny day tomorrow for the North Island, cloudy conditions for Monday and then periods of rain Tuesday, but back into that sunshine Wednesday, and then 40% chance of showers for Thursday, up to 60% on Friday. But temperature-wise, still flat for at least the next week, still below seasonal conditions. Central Island, after the beautiful day ahead for tomorrow, you're looking at partly sunny conditions for Monday. Inland areas will be 27 as the actual temperature, 24 by the water. These are areas of the East Island. Cloudy conditions and a bit cooler for Tuesday, and then a mix of sun and cloud Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 2 chances of showers Wednesday and Friday, a 40% chance of precipitation. So that is good news. The East Island has been very, very dry. South Island picture, after that mainly sunny day ahead for tomorrow, we're into a mix of sun and cloud Monday and Tuesday. Pretty stable temperatures, and then Wednesday we have a small chance of showers. That's really our only chance of rain for the next week or so at least, and then we're dry again Thursday, Friday with partly sunny conditions. All right, here's a look at today's country grocer celebrations. All the best to Don McLeod of Berwick, Royal Oak and Saanich as he marks his 95th birthday. Congratulations to Dave and Carolyn Fisher of Nanaimo as they celebrate their 67th anniversary. And a very happy 67th anniversary to Norm and Sonia Holm of Victoria as they mark this milestone as well. We hope you had a great day. You can send those milestone birthdays and anniversaries on our website. Just go to cheknews.ca, look for the contest tab, or you can go to the contact page. There's a link there as well. Just a reminder, it's 90 plus for birthdays and 60 plus for anniversaries. And now we're going to the dogs for a patriotic Pooch's Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
If we haven't met you yet, we're just a phone call away. If we can help, we'd like to.
Check out these cute Canada Day pet pics. Mel McMinn of Nanaimo sent in this shot of Cooper, a very proud Canadian, on a ladder by the flag. Now, how did he get up there? Don't think he did that on his own. These patriotic cuties are the wonderful Ms. Willow, who's 6, a Mexican rescue from Taco Dog Rescue, and Sir Murray George, a 15-year-old rescue from Burns Lake, who's been living the good life with Doug and Maureen Fowles in Qualicum for 13 years. Barb and Dan Nugent sent in this shot of Sedona waiting for the Maple Bay Canada Day Parade. I think Sedona needs those flight glasses. What do you think? Next up are these small but mighty woofers, Morse, Cassie, and Brody. Looking adorable in their Canadian kerchiefs on a Canada Day walk in the woods with Lawrence Collins of North Saanich. Catherine Ashby of North Saanich submitted this cute shot of Blue, showing her Canadian pride and posing for a Canada Day photo shoot. And here's another Canuck pup who really gets into celebrating Canada's birthday. Ruth Lick of Brentwood Bay says Abby Rose is a 4-year-old mini Aussie who's certified as a therapy dog with Pacific Animal Therapy Society. I love her Canada bow.
Very cute.
With a maple leaf in the middle. And origami dog. We showed this origami dog that Jerry Bell made, and Jerry is going to turn 90 this summer, believe it or not. So very impressive. So we had some Canada Day dog names. One of the suggestions was Canadog. Sandy McClary joked, Canadog play soccer, as we showed last week. As our Smile of the Day, dogs can indeed play soccer. Tyler Rutherford had a few. So Maddie Maple, the Great Bane, as in Ed Bain.
Oh, that's good.
Reynolds, as in Ryan Reynolds, and Grapes for Don Cherry. And Leslie Gallick of Cedar suggested Checkers, but spelled C-H-E-K.
Checkers makes sense.
Yes, and years ago we actually had a station cat named Checkers.
So is that what we're going with, or are you going to put a poll out?
How do I pick?
I don't know. You could make people vote. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. Thanks, Tess. Well, there are definitely differences between Canadians and Americans. When we come back this July 4th, our very own Jordan Cunningham took a closer look at one of the more odd differences, where we came from. The two countries have two different thoughts.
It's pure Canadian comedy.
This is hype. Slow down. I got catcalled by a hot dog vendor the other day. That's how you know you're fat.
Get ready to laugh with Comedy in 5, tonight at 9 on CHEK.
Looking for a truck? Come to Victoria's Truck Center. At Jenner, we have mid-size, half-ton, and heavy-duty trucks. When our name's on the back of your truck, you know you got the best deal. At Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old Island Highway.
Canada isn't just pretty. It's powerful. And our government has a plan to unlock that power. As the world races towards clean energy, Canada's government will use our natural advantage to build world-class energy projects that bring down costs, create thousands of new jobs, and lower emissions. We'll build a cleaner future in a way that only Canada can. A message from the Government of Canada.
Cheerios Protein. 12 grams of tasty protein with milk to start your day.
Take your comfort to new heights with Mountain Peak Heating and Cooling. With professional heat pump installs, dependable service, and in-house design, we are local experts keeping you comfortable through every season. Your home deserves comfort that steps above the rest. Mountain Peak Heating and Cooling.
It's Pride 2026. Celebrate with the Victoria Pride Society and great events for everyone. It starts off with the Memorial Drag Ball game at Vic West Park. Queer Lit takes the stage at the Victoria Conference Centre with Pride in the Word, or party with your pet and get your steps in at the Big Gay Dog Walk. It all culminates with the Pride Parade and Festival downtown and at McDonald Park in James Bay. Vancouver Island, you're invited. Let's celebrate Pride.
I've learned all I know about love from the women in my life.
Why would she do that? What are you all hiding? This is not about me. Then why are you so upset?
Because I don't like being lied to. I don't like secrets.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by RLC Landscaping, Victoria's irrigation and landscaping specialists.
Campbell became Canada's first woman prime minister, Tory prospects have improved. A new Angus Reid poll shows the progressive Conservatives are closing in on the Liberals in popularity, so a premier's gathering coupled with the G7 meetings can only aid the Campbell cause.
Her handlers have simply said, let's put her on a national stage. This is cold-blooded, it's cynical.
UVic professor and political pundit Ron Cheffins believes Ontario's Bob Rae was right to give this weekend's premier's meeting a pass, calling it nothing more than a photo opportunity.
Appearance is everything in politics. It's quite obvious that they feel that if they put Ms. Campbell running around the country, being seen at Canada Day, being seen on the world stage, being surrounded by premiers, that all looks positive, it looks optimistic, it looks upbeat. It's part of the way the politics of manipulation are now played.
Next stop for Campbell is the G7 economic meeting set for Tokyo, but how much will be accomplished at those talks?
Absolutely nothing. The G7s are invariably international photo ops. Nothing has ever come out of a G7 meeting in the last 10 years of any value. It's more chat. Every one of the leaders there is in trouble of one kind or another. The president of Italy, premier of Italy, of course, won't be in office 2 or 3 months from now. Mitterrand is seriously ill. Coal is on the ropes, etc., etc.
Robin Adair, CHEK 6 News, Victoria.
Island Rewind is brought to you by Arbutus RV. Whatever your adventure, 6 island locations to serve you.
Renovation, meet innovation. With the Bathfitter PermaFit solution, we measure with laser precision so your tub fits perfectly over your old one. We install in a day with no demo or mess. Smart, cost-effective, and guaranteed for life. Bathfitter. It just fits.
Van Al Windows has been manufacturing and installing custom-made windows and patio doors that have stood the test of time since 1978. By manufacturing locally right here in this factory in Victoria, you have the choice to pick them up, be delivered, or installation. We also offer double and triple pane products so you can choose more energy-efficient windows and reduce your carbon footprint. The choice is yours. Made with pride on the island for the island.
Are you struggling to read? Do faces look blurry? These could be early signs of macular degeneration. Island Eye Care is your solution for preserving your vision. Our specialized Macumira treatment is a safe, non-invasive therapy for macular degeneration. It's designed to support your eye's natural function and protect the vision you have, and possibly even improve how clearly you see. Macumira's clinically proven treatment is Health Canada approved. Regain your ocular health and wellness. Call Island Eye Care today.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Get a small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax. All summer long. Dollar Drink Summer, only at McDonald's.
Music has the power to heal, to connect us, and to tell stories words alone can't reach. I'm Kevin Pauls, and I'm inviting you to Song Circle, a series where songwriters open up about their creative journeys, their struggles, and the moments that inspire their music. Real stories, powerful songs, deep conversations. Song Circle.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Connie LeBeau Homes.
Helping you make the right move.
Well, the debate over creation and evolution has been going on for some years, but a new poll shows Canadians and Americans are very much at odds when it comes to how humans started walking the earth. Here's Jordan Cunningham.
In the beginning, we can assume we were fundamentally the same.
We are quite similar. We share a lot of culture, we share language.
But there's been a continental shift somewhere along the line.
Evolution or creation?
Evolution.
Patty and her grandson Finley live on Vancouver Island. They're in agreement that humans weren't created by the hand of God, but rather we
evolved.
Eric's local too. He's on board the E-train.
Oh, evolution.
Where are you from?
Utah.
Rio here is on vacation.
What do you think, evolution or creation?
Creation.
Those beliefs fall in line with a new poll on how Canadians and Americans believe humans arrived on Earth. The Research Co. poll surveyed about 1,000 adults in Canada and 1,000 in the US and showed our siblings to the south are far more keen on creation than we are. 20% of Canadians believe in creation, that God created human beings in their present form within the last 10,000 years. In the US, that number almost doubles at 39%.
Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I really don't have any idea. I'm sorry, I just don't.
No apology necessary, Rio. It's the original mind bender. This is Jerry from Pender.
Evolution or creation?
Evolution.
This doesn't automatically make us continental leaders in critical thinking. With that crown comes thorns. I consulted an expert.
Who's right?
Generally, I am. Actually, sorry, my wife is.
Pastor Greg from James Bay United Church is about as reasonable as they come, but he answered my question with a question.
The third question that they didn't ask in this poll is, can evolution and creationism coexist?
Evolution is more or less the idea that a multicelled organism flopped onto a beach 500 million years ago or so, and eventually somehow grew legs and lungs and slowly evolved into the human perfection we see today. 62% of Canadians believe in evolution, compared to 47% of Americans. So back to Greg's question, a world created by a supreme being versus a tadpole-like creature evolving into a human. Both are long shots.
And I would say absolutely yes, they can merge somehow.
So in the end,
what does it all mean?
We spend a lot of time worrying about both the past and the future, but most of us just need to be focused on right now.
Wherever you're from, amen.
And wherever you
an
are,
odd thing to do a survey on.
and wherever you are, the weather may be either breezier.
Well, breezy tonight for some areas, but really we're back into beach weather. So yeah, if you found Thursday really cold and wet, it was like a shock to our system after all the warmer weather we've had, warmer conditions. So we're typical summer weather on Vancouver Island, very dry conditions and nice temperatures, low to mid 20s for the most part.
There you have it. Looking forward to it. See you again tomorrow.
Good night.
On a big adventure, your sleep system means everything. Nemo equipment provides comfort and packability, including spoon-shaped bags for side sleepers. Get cozy today.
For your next great adventure!
Robinson's Outdoor Store. Who is a logger? Someone who stands for sustainability, understanding that every tree felled is a promise of a new one planted, a testament to a sustainable future. This is the Logger's Pledge, to safeguard the beauty they cherish, to ensure the forest endure.
Turning down the heat. Smart.
Getting rebates on energy-efficient products? Also smart.
EVs? Very smart.
We're here to help you use less when you can.
And more when it matters.
That's Power Smart.
Do you have any strawberries?
We sure do.
And the extra fresh.
Oh.
A little extra freshness can mean a lot. Save on foods.
Hi everyone, I'm David Foster, and this August I'm coming home to Victoria, and you're all invited. Please join me and some very special friends in the Inner Harbor as we celebrate 40 years of the David Foster Foundation. It's going to be a free, unforgettable night of music. It's our way of saying thank you to this incredible community and to the families we've supported together. Come on out and enjoy some incredible performances celebrating inspiration and resilience. Watch CHEK for more details, and I will see you this August.
Whistler